Hello everyone, I'm here today to do a Locomotive roster video. This has been a really highly requested video. It's been quite some time since I've done a roster video on the channel. I thought it'd be a good idea to do one while I have most of my models out. We're probably going to go from left to right with GEs, well, starting with foreign power, then GEs, then EMDs. So starting first is Atherogenesis P42 Amtrak Locomotive 144. Currently this has a non-sound decoder in it. Eventually I will put lock sound version 5 in it, but for the time being it just has a non-sound decoder. It's a great unit. Mathen did a pretty good job of details. I kind of wish they made the number boards illuminated since this was upgraded tooling, but you know, that's not too big of a deal. But besides that, I still like the unit. I run it on my Amtrak train that I model as the one that comes to Roanoke. Granted, the era of the train, it would have the rebuilt crash noses, but these things are pretty hard to find, so I'm fine with the older non-rebuilt nose version P42s. The next unit is a Skeletrains unit, 4158 BNSF unit, has this factory lock sound. It's a great unit. I've upgraded the couplers and basically all my units, KD number 5s. This one included. It's nice to have a little foreign power, and I love BNSF's H2 paint. It's an amazing unit. I love it. I haven't really done anything to it besides couplers. One day I would like to weather it, but since I do not currently own an airbrush, I'm kind of hesitant to weather locomotives since a lot of the dust kick up that a lot of units have. The best way to model it is with an airbrush. So later this year I'll probably get one, and I'll post an update video about that. So stay tuned for that. Next unit is a custom Athearn blue box / ready to roll hybrid. It has an Athearn ready to roll chassis, but it has a blue box shell. I got this unit secondhand from a guy off Facebook. He originally painted it, but there was a couple indiscrepancies and errors with it, so I fixed the paint. Like the white brow up top was wrong, and the number boards were wrong, so I redid that. Gave it PTC, redid the horn and the exhaust to be more prototypical. The horn casting was too big and the exhaust looked horrible. Then I also gave it the current ready to roll chassis, gave it DCC, gave it new couplers. It currently does not have lights. I do plan on selling this unit. I'm probably not going to keep it. I'm unsure if I'm going to give it lights before I sell it. So stay tuned on that on my Instagram, whether if I'm going to sell it or not. And then the next unit is the Skeletrains Top Hat unit from the most recent release, about a month or two ago. I can't remember how long ago it was. Has factory lock sound version 5. It's a great unit. I upgraded it to a KD coupler, besides I haven't done anything else to it. It's a nice unit. It looks great. I really like the top hats. Granted, they're not around anymore, but for the era I'm modeling, they fit in just barely, so that's good. It looks quite nice with my other Dash 9s. I do have quite a few Dash 9s. But yeah, it's a nice unit. If you can get your hands on one of these, I would recommend getting it if you're a Norfolk Southern modeler. It's a great unit. And then the next one is another Dash 9, Skeletrains one. This one currently does not have a decoder in it because I swapped the chassis with another Skeletrains Dash 9. But I have a decoder for it. I just need to install it. Besides that, it'll be running again. This is actually my oldest Dash 9, Skeletrains Dash 9 from the first run they did a few years ago. So it's a nice unit. It has the factory PTC. Besides that, not much else to it. Then the next unit is actually one of my most recent purchases. I bought it secondhand from a YouTuber. I can't remember his channel name. I probably will, in post, add something to his channel name or put it in the description. I bought it from him. He's selling off a lot of his NS equipment, so I bought this Dash 9 from him. I'm going to give it PTC. I already bought the PTC, so I'm going to install that. And I still need to cut the trip pin off the coupler. Besides that, great unit. And I also have some custom sounds. I'll show that off one day in a video if I haven't already made a video with this locomotive. But yeah, it sounds pretty darn good. Then my next unit is my AC44C6M. It's almost done. I just need to redo the number boards in the front. Everything else is done. It's a great unit. Stay tuned for the update video for April when I go into more detail of the units, because there's a lot of things I need to put in my update video for April. But yeah, it's a great unit. I love it. It's the only AC44 C6M with a thoroughbred logo. But I'll go into details why in the update video if I haven't already in a past update video. The next is a Scaletrains ES44AC 8140. Factory sound, haven't really done anything to it besides just coupler change. I was going to renumber this 8138 to ES44 I already saw, but ironically I've seen 8140 here recently, so I'm probably not going to do that. So that's kind of cool, seeing this unit in real life. And then the next one's ET44AC. Whoop, didn't mean to zoom in there. This is the ET44AC, Scaletrains, factory sound. Pretty nice unit. I like how big the tier 4s are. It sounds great, runs great. But I honestly haven't ran this locomotive too much. It doesn't get too much run time. I just haven't been running it too much. But I still love the unit. I was kind of hesitant on selling it for a while, but I was like, nah, I'm going to keep it because I really like having it in my roster. I think tier 4s look kind of neat. Model stuff. I love Dash 9s. Dash 9s will always be my favorite road locomotive for the era modeling. But it's nice to have it for like an intermodal or something. Then the next unit is an Atherogenesis Gp38-2. I'm going to renumber this to 5036, I believe. It's one of the few Gp38-2 high hoods that has PTC, ironically. Granted, I think the unit is currently in storage, but I don't care. Yeah, I'm giving it Lockdown version 5. That's the reason why it's not on this chassis right now. But stay tuned for any updates on that, because once that's installed, it'll be pretty cool. Then the unit beside it is an Atlas Gp38-2, one of those rebuilds NS did in the early 2000s. I gave it PTC, and I'm currently in the process of giving it ditch lights. That's why it's off his chassis. It already had Lockdown from factory, but just doing the ditch lights, I took it off the chassis. Hopefully I should get that finished by the April update video. If not, hopefully the May update video will be done. I started this ages ago and I just kind of procrastinated on it because I need to remove one of the ditch lights. Like, they're kind of offset and it's been bothering me. But, yeah, that'll be pretty cool once it's done. And then the next unit is an SD40-2 project I'm working on. It's going to be 6203. Stay tuned for the update video this month on it. Still need to do more decaling and detail work, but it's going to be pretty cool. This is going to be a mother unit for a slug set I'm working on. A few locomotives down, you'll see the locomotive that I'm going to actually make into the slug. So that'll be pretty darn cool, and I'm going to have to give it the beacons or strobe lights that it has. So that'll be really awesome once it's done. Here is an Intermountain Se402. Has Lockdown version 4 in it. I think it's my only version 4 one, but honestly, Lockdown version 4 is not too bad. The Intermountain unit, I love it. It's quite awesome. It has the brightest headlights out of any unit I have. It's pretty darn cool. This locomotive will be renumbered to 3410. It's the unit that used to be in Roanoke, Se402. It's pretty unique. Originally, I was going to make this locomotive into 3410, but I changed my mind. I want to do this one into 3410. So that'll be pretty cool once that's done. I'm going to have to put it in horsehead paint, so that's going to be kind of a bit of work, changing the logo and doing all that paint work. But when it's done, that'll be awesome, so stay tuned for that. And next one is another Se402, Admiral Cab 1. This one, I don't really have any big plans for it besides renumbering it to 3265, I believe. That's the Se402 that's been paired with the slug set I'm making in Roanoke. That Se402, ironically, still doesn't have PTC, so not much detail work needs to get done. That's factory Lockdown version 5, so pretty stock besides coupler change. And this SE40 right here is going to be the unit I'm going to be rebuilding into the RPU 6 slug. That'll be for the mother unit over there. Basically, all that's being saved is the chassis and the frame. Most all of the parts are going to be taken off. Then I'm going to build a new body up out of styrene. So that'll be pretty darn cool. I haven't seen too many people make the style of RPU 6 that I'm making. So that'll be an awesome project, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm probably going to start tearing down most of the details and start chopping things. here soon or sometime in the summer, whenever. But hopefully I can get this whole slug set done before fall. I would ideally like to get that done before fall. Then the next unit is an Atherogenesis Se402 from the most recent release, like a year or two ago, the flare radiator ones. This originally has Tsunami 2 in it, but I took that out, and I'm going to put Locomotive 5 in it. I still have yet to get around to doing that, because there's a lot of sound installs that I'm waiting to do. So right now, this Locomotive's just not in service, like a few of my other units. But I can't wait to do that, because I like these units, they look pretty cool. The next is one of my 2 heritage units. Both of these units are waiting also to get Lockstone version 5. They both had Tsunami 1. When I redo these 2 SC70 ACEs, they're both going to get light upgrades, LED light upgrades, so they're going to be a bit more of a project. So I don't know when I'll get around to these 2 units, but when I do, it'll be pretty awesome once they're done. And last but not least is an Atherogenesis SC70 ACU that I custom put Lockstone version 5 in. It runs amazing, looks amazing. Atheron did a great job with this unit, and with Lockstone version 5, it's even better. It's a pretty sharp locomotive, and it's my largest locomotive. This thing is huge, like ACE is huge, and there's this thing, it's absolutely massive, so I love it. I do need to redo this, the speed steps on it so it runs a little better with my other ESU locomotives. Besides that, it's a great runner. So that's been my locomotive roster for April 2022. If you have any questions, just feel free to put them down in the comments, and stay tuned for the next videos. But besides that, thanks for watching.